time to stop thinking about just post more energy, because this is what's actually selling high ticket offers in 2025 and 2026. The market has shifted. What used to work with organic strategy, as you are likely aware, is ever changing. The algorithms are ever shifting, and just posting more, which is what all of the bigger gurus, the people that have been in this industry for years, keep telling everyone: just post more, just put more content out there. The reality is, the content that you put out, if you're going to go with that strategy, requires a lot of great editing, a lot of different ways that you're putting that content out. For example, you wouldn't want to put 3 talking head videos of you out on a daily basis, because you're going to overwhelm your audience and you're probably going to get a high unsubscribe rate. So when you are hearing this, all of these people telling you to just post more, just post more, just post more, just get more value, just this, just that, they're not giving you the full picture behind the scenes. And that is why, if you have done the post more and all of the different strategies and you felt overwhelmed and exhausted because you weren't getting results, that's why. Because the piece that they weren't telling you is that when they started in their business, they weren't just posting more. They had one strategy that they focused on, whatever that was. Many of them use LinkedIn. A lot of them use Facebook groups for free. And they built up an awareness, they built up a community, they went live frequently, they gave away free content, they gave away free value, they gave, and then they started to see that come back. What has shifted in 2025 and looking ahead to 2026 is that you cannot just keep give. Because while you're out there giving, the market is more savvy now, and actually what people are looking for is the outcome. They're looking for the differentiator. They're looking for why they should choose you, because people are willing and ready to invest, and they don't need to have all of these free resources and free items just given to them. If anything, that's going to only attract people that want something for free. So when you think about the old strategies that are still being taught, that these big market agencies or big top names in the marketing industry are still going back to, they're going back to outdated strategies that worked in 2021, they worked in 2022 because they were new, because it was something that people had never seen before, so it brought people in. It's kind of like when Instagram first came out. And I still love Instagram, but the dynamic with Instagram was so different when that app first came out versus now, and where it's evolved to, right? So then TikTok came in, and there's probably something after TikTok that's now going to take the place of TikTok, right? So when you think about just show up, just give more, just do more, that piece that's missing is what is not being widely taught online. If taught at all, it's hidden behind the scenes, because everyone wants to just tell you that you should just post more and you should do more. And so what they're not fully telling you is that that's not what they actually did in their business, and that's not how they became successful. And while today, fast forward 5 years later, 10 years later, yes, they are posting a lot, but they have a team that they spend tens of thousands of dollars on, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, to put out very good content. So for most business owners, when they're first starting, that is just not unachievable. They don't have the resources to do that. So then if you're asking, okay, great, so if that strategy is not really working in 2025, then what is? So I am a big believer in getting in front of as many people as possible for the lowest cost possible, right? And this is where the free content and the algorithm used to help, and now it's just not reaching the reach that it used to. So now what has shifted is advertising. And you do not need a huge budget. In fact, all of my clients start, and most stay, with $20 a day for the specific ads that we set up for them in a specific way that we bring people into their offers. So that, of course, is a huge piece of this. But let's not talk about that. Let's just talk about advertising in general. Right now, the algorithm is all over the place. It's bringing, sometimes your engagement's really high, sometimes it's low. You're probably not going to go viral if you are in a professional industry or an expert industry or a coaching industry, unless you're doing some, viral strategies, which quite frankly are not typically aligned with those types of businesses, right? So that's why business owners really struggle with the whole virality, because how can they go viral when the strategies that are being taught to go viral are like silly, like going into a grocery store and doing something silly in the grocery store aisle to get eyes on your content? Doesn't align with your brand or your business, and it's not something that you or I or any of my clients would ever want to do. So when you think about that and you say, okay, well, then I cannot really look at the possibility of going viral. It could happen, but very likely not going to happen unless you go and do one of these banana strategies that is taught online. So if you're going to skip over virality, then what's the next step, right? So that's where ads come in, because Meta, which I love Meta ads. So, or I've used YouTube ads, I've used LinkedIn ads, I've used, I think there's only 3 platforms I've advertised on. But Meta outperforms all of those by far at the beginning very quickly. And so there's a lot of different ways you can set up Meta campaigns. You can set up ads where it's just, I call it like the omnipresence ad campaign, where you're just spending pennies just to get some reels out in front of who you hope would be your ideal audience. And even if that's not to get followers, right? There's a different campaign for followers. That's just putting your face out there, right? Like that's just giving you like that brand energy. That's like giving you that omnipresence, like, hey, I'm here, and anyone who's online can see that ad. So you can do that for, right now I have one running and it's 2 cents to have somebody watch 15 seconds of one of my reels. It's very inexpensive. Another ad strategy that you can do is you can run very inexpensive, 30 cents per Instagram visit is what mine are currently sitting at. But you can also take the same strategy and have 3 reels. You can have 15 reels. It really doesn't matter, but you can have any type of content that you already have organic on your channel, or you can even do ads. For me, I do organic. An organic reel that I've made that's sitting in my Instagram account, and then I just push it out to Instagram and Facebook to build followers, get page likes, get people to engage with my Instagram and potentially follow me. So those are, like 30 cents to get somebody to click to your profile. So there's a lot of ways, very low cost, that you could just build awareness about your brand, right? And that is the big piece that business owners are missing and have missed because they haven't been taught this. Welcome to my channel. In any of the previous years, the reality is you have to have more people seeing your business. You have to. If you think you have a lot of people seeing your business, I can almost guarantee you don't. And if you're not using ads, then you don't. So if you are ever, if you're struggling for sales, you're struggling to bring in new clients and you're not running ads, or maybe you run ads in the past and had the wrong strategy, whatever the reason, ads are the way to get the most eyes on your business as quickly as possible. And to do that and to actually grow your business in 2025 and 2026, you not only need that visibility, but then you need the right ads bringing those people through your funnel and actually then converting them into a client. And that's what we do for our clients, is that piece. Those types of ads that bring in clients that are actually ready to buy and invest at high ticket prices and then come through their funnel and book a call with them. But you need all of these different strategies. And like I said, this is not about these huge budgets, right? For myself and my clients, we spend, pennies to get people to watch our videos. We spend, less than $1 to get somebody to visit our Instagram profile. We spend $20 a day to get somebody to come through and book a call with us. And sometimes it's multiple people coming through and booking a call with that $20 ad spend, right? To say that you cannot afford ads right now, I would argue that you cannot not afford to spend on ads right now, because otherwise you're going to always be posting content and it's going to feel like nobody's watching it, because quite frankly, they probably haven't found it, right? Which also ties into, the mindset piece, which is it can be very discouraging to put a lot of content out there and get 3 people to watch it, right? Now, I know that we're told by content creators that we should just keep posting and just keep posting because consistency, consistency, consistency. And I agree with that to a certain point, but around month 4, if you're just slamming your accounts with all of these posts and all of these different reels, and you don't really have a strategy and you don't have a big team or a team that can help you make all of this content look really engaging on your grid, on your YouTube channel, wherever it is, content for the sake of content is just not going to convert. And so you could be in month 4 and not even have a client, right? I talk to business owners all the time who are in this place. And then what happens is, because they have struggled for, 4 months with just putting free value out and putting free value out, they haven't gotten sales. Then they begin to doubt their offer. They begin to doubt that their offer is in demand. They begin to doubt that they can actually even have a successful business, because what they have been missing this entire time is that it's not about just putting out content. It's not about just post, which is what they've been told. The reality is it's putting out content that gets seen. And so how do we do that in 2025 and 2026 and 2027? You run ads. Every single successful business, corporations, mega $1 million, $1 billion companies all most of them, if not all of them, run ads. And there's a reason, because they know that that's the quickest way to get their business in front of their clients. And so if you are not running ads in your business in 2025, you absolutely need to. And even again, if you're not going to run them for sales, that's fine if you don't want to set up a funnel, but you would need to at least have ads running so that people see your face, so that your business is getting out there, so that people know you have an offer. Because right now, what's winning in the industry isn't the person who's the loudest, it's the person who gets seen the most, who has a viable offer, who has an offer that's in demand, and who has a way of bringing those engaging their audience on social media and pulling them back through their funnel and then getting them to book a call. And this is marketing in a nutshell. And this is what I do for my clients. So if you'd like to learn more, you can click any of the links below in the caption of this video. But regardless, 2025, 2026, turn ads on, low cost ads, and start getting your business and you and your brand and your offers out there so that the world can find you and sign into your offers.